Yo, what's up, guys? Lorenzo here. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Topic for today is I just want to share with you a film that I recently watched and also share with you a director that I admire because of the films that he has made. And wow, these are these are not just ordinary films. His films are they're kind of controversial in a way that for some it may provoke an audience because of its sensitive topic and themes um, which is mostly about social issues. All right, and I'm gonna name you three films that I've seen that he directed. So this guy, his name is Michael Haneke, I think. Yeah, he's a German dude. All right, and he's an old guy. All right, he's I think around Scorsese or Ridley Scott's age gap. And wow, the three films that I've seen, pretty heavy stuff, but it makes you think, it makes you have a little reflection, and wow, it opens up your mind when you watch his films. So I'll share with you one film that you should see. It's called The White Ribbon. All right, I think that was made in 2009, I think. Yeah, and The White Ribbon. It's a black and white film. All right, about a group of families. All right, in a small town in Germany. All right, I think this was before the war. This was before World War II, before the Nazi regime. All right, it was all before that, and it's about a family. All right, that lives in a small families, actually. I think three or four families that live in a small society, a small community, and one is a pastor, one is a teacher, the other one is a baron, and I think the other one is like the other one's a doctor, and they have all these kids. All right, they have kids, little kids, from the ages of probably 18 below. All right, all of them. And the interesting part is there has been a lot of crimes that's been happening, murders. Okay, kids harming kids, specifically kids being brutalized and all that, and adults being attacked or something. So the whole town's been wondering, who's doing all this stuff. It's a small community, and who are you gonna point the fingers? The people look friendly, all right? They look eco-friendly. So this is where it gets dark. You get to see the treatment of these family members to their kids, all right? So, for example, I think one is a church leader, all right? And I'm gonna spoil you a bit. This certain church leader, he mistreats his kids, violently. Pulls the hair and all that, pushes them around. So basically, in normal terms, he treats his kids badly. He beats them. All right, and it traumatizes the kids. And one, I think, is a doctor, and guess what? He abuses his daughter. And the small brother notices it. That's why he's all traumatized, and that he cries every night and all that. So the whole point is that these kids were treated badly. And this is where the story takes place. This is where the dark side of humanity comes, because of these kids being used and abused. Um, they develop some evil intentions, hate, all that. Psychologically, it affects them, and they use that to harm other kids, for example. So what's the whole point, guys? is that this film, The White Ribbon, is all about the root cause of all evil. Where does evil start? Where does it come from? How is it built? By and in this film, it is created by the environment, how these kids are raised, how the parents are how they are treated at home and all that. So the point of this film is that evil, acts of evil, is developed in upbringing and how these kids are brought up. And that's how it's developed. It's not like you were born and then you're evil. No, it's not that. It's what goes on at home, basically. So it's a terrifying revelation. This film, The White Ribbon. Now this is what you call a film that you don't need to show so much, all right? But you get the message if you look at the film in a deeper level. So yeah, it's an interesting and it's a smart film. It's a black and white film, so it kind of reminds me of Tarkovsky's Andrei Rublev or Antoine Fuqua's Emancipation. It's kind of like that type. It's kind of cool, actually. It's not like one of those old films that's too old to see. No. I see it like the black and white works kind of like an art. It's kind of like the black and white scenes in Oppenheimer. All right, it's kind of cool. It's beautiful in the eyes and all that, but you have to read the subtitles because it's in German. But it's an interesting watch, disturbing revelation. Wow. So, anyways, watch the White Ribbon. All right, this is the movie's about the root of all evil. How is it created? So, and it starts with our kids. So scary stuff, when you look at all these school shootings and all these kids doing violent acts towards adults or kids their age. You know what the root cause is. What made them who they are. So that's what the film is about. It's interesting, right? So Michael Haneke, The White Ribbon. Then I'm going to share with you two of his other films that are interesting too. Well, he made one of the most disturbing film about old age. It's called Amor. All right, it's about two elderly married couple. All right, I think they're at the point of the climax of life. All right, the third act, and the husband has to take care of his wife because his wife has dementia or Alzheimer. Or she's becoming senile. She's forgetting stuff and she wonders where she is. She doesn't know she's home. She doesn't know what's happening. So she's already floating and all that. But so the whole movie, the guy is taking care of the wife and all that. But it has one of the most shocking endings I'd ever seen in my life. I was like, when I saw the ending, when it was just like that, I was like, whoa, how could this be real? I can't believe this happened, and it's an ending you will never expect from this type of drama. Never. You're not gonna believe how it ended. So if you're curious about it, watch Amor by Michael Haneke. It's in German. So, my gosh. Wow, what an ending. So I'm not going to share it with you because that's just going to spoil the whole film. And you just got to watch it. So watch Amor by Michael Haneke. And the last one, it's a thriller. Wow, it's a home invasion thriller by Michael Haneke also. It's called Funny Games. Well, he did one in German. But, he remade it with Naomi Watts and Tim Roth. So both versions are good. But if you want to watch a newer version, for our generation now, you watch the remake, which is also, wow, very, very disturbing stuff. And it's, it's kind of like, it's a worst comes to worst scenario of, if you're a wife, all right, then you have a husband who lacks masculinity and strength. And what if you get invaded by home invaders and your husband can't protect you? That's the worst case scenario in this film, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, oh shite. All right, sorry for cursing. Anyways, so this film, Funny Games, makes you rethink and probably tell your husband to go to the gym, so that they can protect you from home invaders. So yeah, and it's very, very disturbing. You should go watch it. It's called Funny Games by Michael Haneke. All right, so there you have it. So The Ribbon, The White Ribbon, Amor, and Funny Games by Michael Haneke, German dude, German director. He's really good. I'm a fan too. So, anyways, gotta bounce. Enjoy your day, eat well, exercise, and pray to the Almighty. Ciao, guys.